السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. So this is our second lesson. As you can see the name, compound letters. Just like in chemistry we use compound. Compound means when elements comes together and make 2, 3, 4 elements comes together and make a compound like H2O or H2SO4. Just like that, in this exercise we are going to learn when 2, 3, 4 letters are going to come together, what will be the shape of the letters, the difference of the letters. Like you can see, just like from there, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. It's not written like in alphabets we have read. 4, 5 letters are coming together and making another different letter, different word. So the shapes are going to be different. 1, 2, 3, 4 letter comes together like just like that. Let's say there are 3 letters, ba, sin and mim. So mostly the shapes that we have read in alphabets or the letters shape when they will come up separately, just like this. Alif is not connected to anyone, it's in original form. This is alif, this is alif. So but all the other letters are having kind of different shape. So basically when, let's suppose 3, 4 letters are coming together, so there are only few possibilities. Just like when 3 letters are coming together, so the ba could have come in the beginning as a first letter. So, or the second probability is that it could come in the middle of 2 letters. Okay, so then it could have different shape than even it's coming in the beginning. Or the third one is when it will come at the last. And the fourth possibility is when it will come separate. So the separate shapes we have read in alphabets, and now we are going to learn how a letter would look like if it's coming as a first letter in connected form and as a middle letter in connected form. And mostly at the end the letter look same like separate letters. There are just few letters could have different shapes like mim or ha or ain and ghain. I have seen these letters could still have different shape when it will come at the end, but mostly letters come with the original shape at the end. So basically they could have different shape in the beginning or as a middle letter. So I have just picked up the letters. I thought that it will be easier to thought through these letters. So we will learn how ba, ta, sa, noon and ya will look like in the beginning of a letter. So basically these 4 letters, ba, ta, sa, noon and yeah, these 5 letters only, there is no difference in shape. You can only distinguish between them by the placement of dots. If the dot is in the bottom, we consider it ba. If one dot is coming on top, we will consider it noon. Okay? And similarly, if the 2 dots are on the top, we will consider it ta. And if 2 dots will appear in the bottom, we will consider the same shape as ya. And 3 dots on the top will be tha. So you can see there, I have put 2 colors like red and black. Basically we can say like this half of the shape will be used when it will be coming as a beginning or as a first letter or as a even middle letter. So you can see this is ba, because it's having one dot in the bottom. And remember about alif, alif can only occupy the last place. It cannot come as a beginning letter or as a middle letter. It will only come at the end. So it will come in its original form, this form. You can see this is alif. So this letter is ba alif. If you simply change the placement of dot, let's say I'm going to make another dot. So now we will read this letter as ya alif. And if I will put two dots on the top, so then the same letter will become ta, ta alif. Got it? If I will remove one dot, now it will be noon alif. So as I told you, there is no difference at all between ba, ta, tha, noon and ya. You can only recognize these by the placement of dots and how many dots are there. So you can see we have changed this one shape into all the possible shapes. Now we move to the next one. Okay, let's say this one. Ta, because it's having two dots on the top, so ta, two dots in the bottom will be considered as ya and noon. So you can see this is noon because that is coming as a last letter. So as I told you, mostly when the letter will come at the last, it will come in its original form. So you can see this is the same shape as this one. This is ta, ya, noon. If you will remove one dot, now it will become noon, ya, noon. If we remove one dot from there, it will become noon, ba, noon. Got it? If we place another dot there, it will become noon, ya, noon. If we place another dot there, now it will become ta, ya, noon. Got it? So we have learned all of these shapes: ba, ta, sa, noon and ya. Got it? Now, and we have learned about alif as well, that alif can only come at the end of the letter or separate. You can see it's not connected with anyone, it is alif, or at the end of the letter. These are the only two possibilities for alif. Now we move to the lam. So you can see there are two colors. So lam can come in the beginning or as a middle letter. So it will be kind of this shape, this black one. Okay, so you can see this letter right beneath it. This one will be considered as lam and this one will be alif. We can see many shapes of there. Sometimes alif will come like this and sometimes it will be more like this. Okay, so it will be always considered lam and alif. So this is lam, alif. So if a letter look like alif, like this one, it's a straight line without any dots. So you probably will think that it is lam, but it is alif, but it's lam because it's coming at the middle of two letters. So alif can only come at the end. So this one will be considered as lam. So this word will be ba, lam, ba. Okay, if we simply place another dot, so this one will be considered ya, lam, ba. We can change the placement of dot. You can say ya, lam, ta. If we put another dot there, this one will be ya, lam, sa. So, and now it will be noon, lam, sa. But we cannot convert this letter into noon, because noon, when it comes at the end, it will come in its original form, this form. So basically ba, ta, sa, these three have the same shape, just the difference in dots. So we can convert this last letter into any shape between these three. Okay, now we come to the letter ya. So you can see there I have placed two different colors of dots. The dots color is different than the original shape of ya. So sometimes this ya will come without dots. So ya will come without dots when it is separate or as the end of the letter, and it will come two dots in the bottom when it will come in the beginning of the letter or at the center of the two letters. Just like there it's having two dots, we will consider it ya, and we can consider this one ya as well if it will have two dots. So as a beginning letter, as a middle of the letter, it will come two dots in the bottom, and when it will come at the end or separate letter. So separately, let's say it's not connected with anyone, so it will be like that. But so you can see this letter, it's called noon ya, because this ya is at the end. So when it will come at the end, it will not come two dots in the bottom. So this will be considered noon ya. Okay, let's say I will put another dot there. So how you will read it now? Ta ya. Got it? If I will put another dot there, what it will become? Sa ya. Very easy. And if we will put one dot in the bottom like that, so now what it will become? Ba ya. Okay. If we will put another dot there, now what it will become? Ya ya. Got it? Okay. Because this is as a first letter, it will come two dots in the bottom, and as a last letter, it will come without any dots. So we have learned all the possible shapes of alif, ba, ta, sa, noon, ya, and lam. And one weird shape about lam alif, it's like the bigger shape of ha letter. So this one will be considered as lam alif. You can say it's special shape of lam alif. Whenever you see this shape, a bigger shape of ha, it will be considered as lam alif. But mostly we see in this shape. Okay, now we will move to the word jim, ha, kha. So you can see only difference between these three shapes is the placement of the dot. If dot will come, this shape will come one dot in the bottom, we consider it jim. Without dot, it will be ha. One dot on top, it will be kha. So when it's in connected form, this half of the shape will be used. Okay, this shape, just that shape, this shape. You can see there, this is jim, ta. Okay, so if I will remove this dot, so now what it will become? Ha, ta. If I will put one dot on top, now it will become kha, ta. Very easy. Similarly, this one, you see this weird shape, this rounded shape, but it's having two dots on the top. So whatever shape comes, two dots on the top or one dot in the bottom or two dots in the bottom, a weird curve, this shape we will still consider it ta, because ta is the only letter which come 2 dots on the top. So this one will be ta, the blue one, and that is the same shape like this black color. So this one will be ha, and that last one is ta again. So basically we are actually learning how these shapes will appear as a beginning letter or as a middle letter. So as a middle letter, this shape will be look like that. As a beginning letter, it will be like that. So now this word is ta, ha, ta. But if I will put a dot on it, now the same shape is having dots. So now we will read it ta, ho, ta. And if I will put the dot in the bottom like that, so now we read it ta, jim, ta. Got it? So we have learned how a letter will look like as a beginning and as a middle of 2 letters. Now we consider as the end of the letter. As I told you, mostly letters, when they are at the end as a last letter, they appear in the original shape. You can see this is kha, the same shape like this one. So 1 dot on the top, we consider it noon. Green one, kha, because it's having 1 dot on top. If the same shape will come without dots, so what we consider it now? Noon, ha. Noon, ha. And 1 dot in the center will be considered as noon, jim. So as you know, we can convert this noon into ba as well, ba jim, into ya as well, ya jim, okay, into ta as well, ta jim. We just change the dots, it will be a different letter. So we have learned all the shapes of jim, ha and kha. And we are now moving, I'm skipping dal, zal, ra, za, because we will learn those shapes in our next lesson, because I will categorize into a different category. Now you can see seen, sheen. No difference at all, just the difference is in dots. Similarly, so you look, when it will come as a beginning letter, will look like seen, and this is lam because it's coming at the end, it's in original form. Seen, lam. If I will put 3 dots on it, it will be now sheen, lam. These were the shapes when it will come in the beginning. And now let's say it's coming as a central letter, as a middle of 2 letters. So this will be, what letter this will be? Ha, because we have learned this shape from there. This will be ha, this shape. Ha, you see 3 spikes, it will be considered as seen. Okay, you can see like 3 dots, there are 2 letters comes with 3 dots. One is sheen and one is tha. So you don't have to be worried about it. So whenever you see the 3 spikes comes, it will be considered as sheen. And when you see the only one comes, let's say this way, so now it will be considered as tha. Okay, so you can see 3 spikes are coming, we will consider it sheen rather than tha. So this one is ha, seen and noon. So noon is coming at the end, it will come in its original form. Ha is coming as a beginning letter, so as we have learned, and seen as a middle letter, just like 3 spikes. We have given 2 different colors, so as separately it will be like that, at the end it will be like this, but as a beginning letter or as a middle of the two letters, it will be just these three spikes. So you can see ha, sin and noon. We can convert this sin into sheen by just putting three dots on it. So now this one will be considered as ha, sheen, noon. Okay, we can convert this, ha into jim and ha as well. If we put one dot in the bottom, this one will be jim, sheen, noon. If we will put one dot on the top, it will be ha, sheen, noon. Very easy. You can see now as a last letter how it will look like. It will look like in its original form, like this one. So you can see what is this letter, one dot in the bottom, it will be considered ba, because ba is the only letter comes one dot underneath. So this even will be ba, this will be considered as seen. We can convert this seen into sheen by placing three dots on it. Now it will be considered as ba, sheen. And if I will put a dot there, now how you will read it? Ya, sheen. And if one dot will be on top, it will be noon, sheen. We have learned all the shapes of ba, ta, tha, and noon and ya. Okay. Now we move to the letters ayn and ghayn. You can see no difference at all between these two. Just the difference is in the placement of one is having dot, other one is not having any dot. So now we will consider all the possibilities. So in separate it will be like this, and as a beginning letter just this shape will be used. You can see like this, ayn, and one dot is there, it will be considered as ba, ayn, ba, seen. If you simply put a dot there, it will be considered as ghayn, ghayn, ba, seen. Very easy. This was if it will come as a first letter. Now we will consider how it will look like as a middle letter. So this shape will be little different. Sometimes it comes with the same shape like this one, sometimes it comes with this shape. It could come with this shape as well, so that's why I'm putting this shape so that it will be into your mind. Lam, because one straight line without any dot around it, it will be considered as lam. There is no line there connecting to it, so it will be straight line will be considered as lam. Then ayn, and then noon. And if you simply place a dot on it, it will be ghayn, lam, ghayn and noon. So that was for the middle letter, and at the end of the letter it could have come, as I told you, in its original shape like this one, or this shape as well, as I told you in the beginning, like mim, ha, ayn and ghayn could be the possibly only letters which could have different shape even at the end. But mostly letters, when they are at the end, it will come with their original shape. So you can say this one is ya, and exactly this letter is coming, so it will be ghayn. If we remove it, ya, ayn. Okay, this one will be seen, ghayn, one dot on it. If we remove the dot, now seen, ayn. Okay, if we put three dots on it, it will be now sheen, ayn. If we put a dot there, Now it will be sheen, ghain, sheen, ghain. So these are all the possible shapes for these letters. So inshallah, that's it for today. I'll see you in next class. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.